What is up, guys? My name is Mark Santamaria. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to RC Vlog, guys. We are at the beach. We're on the coast. We're here in Galveston, Texas with my parents. Their RV's right here. My RV's right there. But that's not what this video is all about. This video is going to be about the car, the Traxxas car that has been forgotten, or at least I think it's been forgotten. We are going to talk about the Traxxas Stampede. We're about to go drive it on the beach. We're going to drive over there right now. We're going to try to drive and ride a bike over to the part of the beach that we want to go record at. I have the air compressors down there ready to go. Anytime you drive at the beach, you definitely want to make sure you blow it off and you lube it up really quick as soon as you get off the beach, because the salt water definitely rusts your stuff really, really bad. I kind of hesitated on doing this because I didn't want to ruin my cars, but I think it's fun. It's fun to record on the beach. Another thing you want to do is you want to put tape over the vent holes in your wheels and tires, or at least in your wheels. Hopefully you didn't vent your tires, but it just keeps sand from getting in, because once the sand gets in, it's almost impossible to get it out. Actually, it is impossible to get it out unless you cut it. And yeah, they don't run very good because they're not balanced, and there's just a whole bunch of added weight. So without further ado, I'm gonna strap you guys on my head, and then we're gonna ride bikes and drive the Stampede all the way out to the beach. We're gonna have to do all this one-handed. It's gonna be crazy, but let's go. We made it. Can we take a quick moment and just appreciate this? I mean, it's beautiful. We're on the coast. It's a beautiful day. My boys are playing in the background. I'm playing with RC cars. I mean, this is happiness to me. This is freaking awesome. But okay, let's get to it. The forgotten Traxxas RC car. The reason why I say it's forgotten is because there's not really a niche for it anymore. So it shares the same platform as the Slash 4x4, as the Wrestler 4x4, as the Haas 4x4, but it doesn't do anything like better than those other ones. So let me explain. If you were going out to Traxxas, you want a four-wheel drive RC car, and you wanted to go fast, you would probably get the Wrestler. Nice, versatile RC car that can go off-road, but super fast off-road. Now, if you wanted a car that has more ground clearance, where you can do more off-roading, I would say the best bet, probably the Haas, right? So the Haas is really good. Now, if you wanted something that you were gonna go to the track with, eventually start racing, it's a Slash 4x4. So where does the Stampede fall? Like, it doesn't really fall into anything. It's kind of strange. Like, before the Haas came out, it was the bigger, more ground clearance version or offering that you could get on that 4x4 platform. But now that the Haas is out, you don't really hear much about it anymore. This is kind of a cool spot. It's really high. The camera doesn't do it justice. I just have to climb up this hill. I'm a little winded. But anyways, so what is the Stampede 4x4? So basically, it's a shorter chassis, higher chassis than its other counterparts. They make it in two different versions. They make a brushless 3S version, and they make the brush version. And the benefits and disadvantages are pretty obvious. The benefit is it's higher, so it's got better ground clearance. So effectively, you can go over bigger rocks, bigger obstacles. The disadvantage is it's higher, so naturally it rolls a lot. I do think it's a great car for like a beginner. They make a four-wheel drive kit also that comes with the XL5, the brush system. That's a perfect kit if you want your kid to have something to try to build. Obviously, Traxxas build kits are very, very nice. I do the Slash summer course, and we have so much fun doing that. And it's a fun RC car. You get a hobby grade RC car with a build, and it's fun. Quick side note, I always call it, in general, I call everything an RC car because they're RC cars. I get it that some were trucks. This one is a monster truck, but I'm generalizing the term of remote control or radio control car to RC car. So please don't get mad. So first off, we'll go with what I like about it. What I like about it is a wheelie king. Controllable wheelies. You can do a wheelie for days down the street with this thing. It's an awesome car for that. And wheelies are fun. Who's not intrigued with wheelies? You do a wheelie down the beach. I just did it. We had these people watching. I mean, it looks really, really cool. And it does power wheelies, not just wheelies where you basically have to stop and gun it to pull the wheel up. Like, it's got so much power, it'll actually pull the wheels up. I like the 3S brushless system in it. I think it's absolutely perfect. I think the Haas brushless system, it comes with the same ESC, but the Haas has got a bigger motor. I think that might be overpowered. I think the power system in the Stampede 4x4 is perfect. And I say it's perfect because it has a lot of power, but it's not too much power where it starts breaking drivetrain parts, breaking drive shafts. That's the big complaint for me, or from me, on the Haas, is it just has so much power. I mean, it's got so much power it can do a bunny hop, the Haas can, that it will snap those drive shafts. I broke several drive shafts on the Haas, even the metal ones. I think it's just a little bit too much power. So I think the 3S brush system in the Stampede 4x4 is perfect. And I also like the price point. It's under 400 bucks. I get it, $399, but it is under 400 bucks. It's $80 cheaper than the Haas. And I think you can get a similar driving experience from the Stampede 4x4 as you could with the Haas because they are both monster trucks. All right, as for what I don't like about it, I don't like how it rolls a lot. Like, whenever you're driving on the cement, if you're driving in front of the house, you have to be really careful because it's got such a high roll center, or a high center of gravity, that the slightest bit of turn with traction will cause the thing to roll. It's kind of hard to drive. I get it that it's not going to beat it up too bad. I mean, they can roll over, but you know how it is. Like, if you want a nice, clean, consistent run going up and down the street, don't want to scratch up your beautiful brand new body that you have on the car, it's not going to be easy. It rolls a whole bunch. Out of the 4 cars, the Rustler, the Stampede, the Haas, and the Slash, for sure, the Stampede rolls way more than the rest. I also don't like how, I think out of the 4, it looks the most toyish. And I say that because the body is like really elevated off the chassis. It looks like something you would get at Walmart. Obviously, as a hobbyist, I want it to be like a hobby grade RC car. I want it to look kind of scale. It definitely looks to the least scale out of the 4 platforms. Not a big fan of that either. And plus, because the body's so high, it doesn't have the new locking body, it doesn't have skid plates. The body is kind of fragile. It's not as robust as I would like it to be. And it rolls, and the body's not as robust. So needless to say, you do go through bodies on this thing. And lastly, the battery options. They kind of suck. I mean, it is what it is. They kind of suck. The chassis, I don't know if they made an updated chassis. I did kind of look to see if they did make an updated chassis. I feel like they did make updated chassis on some of the cars. I know they did it on the 2-wheel drives, but I didn't see anything for the 4-wheel drive. But essentially, you have to run the shorter Traxxas batteries, which is the 2S 5800 or the 3S 5000. They have a shorter one that they use in the Alias also. I believe that's what they use it in. They use it in the QR1 or whatever the quad is. But it's a shorter 5000 3S, but it's a car, I mean, it's a battery that is specialized for that car. It's not one that you would want in your e-Revo or anything like that. It's a shorter battery pack. The battery pack that I'm running in it is the 6400 3S. It's the really big, fat, thick one. It's supposed to last forever, but it's pretty old and it didn't last that long. But yeah, the battery options aren't that great because of the battery tray. It's just shorter than the standard Lipo battery. I know this video is really random, but when I was leaving my house, I was trying to figure out what car I wanted to bring to the beach. I didn't want to bring anything with a lot of metal on it, like metal drive shafts or anything like that, because last time I took my Revo out here, I didn't even really get in the water, like kind of just right there on the edge, and it completely destroyed all the metal. Like, all the screws were completely rusted. Yeah, it sucks. So I opted for the Stampede because I haven't put metal drive shafts on it yet. Still got the plastic ones. And then also, I had the Proline MX-28s lying around, and I'm like, that's perfect for the sand because of how big the lugs were. So I threw the MX-28s on there. No metal drive shafts, no excessive metal on this car. And I wanted to put that new ProTech, Eco Power servo, that 120, I think it's the 120T. I want to put it in the car, and I'm going to put it in the Stampede this weekend. So we're going to continue to rip this car. I think I need a new battery though. The battery had already dumped. It might have dumped, or it might have got hot because I was going through so much sand, but nonetheless, I'm excited to drive this car this weekend. It's gonna be so much fun. So I hope you liked this video, guys. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell, and you guys will see me next time. Later, guys.